Every Tuesday night in Manchester, New Hampshire, supporters of freedom gather at a place I can't tell you where it is, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. And recently, it's been Ron Paul supporters. Ron Paul supporters and Ron Paul supporters. This Ron Paul supporter came up all the way from North Carolina to canvass and to phone bank for Ron Paul here in New Hampshire.
Curtis Fenimore, also known as Sovereign Curtis, also known as Curtis at Revolutionist. I am from Wilmington, North Carolina, where it's probably about 65 degrees right now as opposed to 24 here, I don't know. Luckily I've been up here for about 5 weeks, so I'm used to it by now. It feels kind of nice actually. Getting used to having to smoke outside. What else? Been knocking doors, probably hit 4,500 doors so far, talked to about 1,200 people, dropped off 8,000 flyers. What else? I'm now running ronpaulchocolate.com. Go check it out. Ron Paul Chocolate, get your little chocolate medallions. Put them in the stocking stuffers for the kiddies this year. The proceeds go to Operation Live Free or Die. Us volunteers, we got to eat, we got to put gas in the fuel tanks so we can keep on moving. So it's good chocolate for a good cause.
Volunteered with the Live Free or Die project and saw videos of it on YouTube, and my friend and I, Andrew's the head of the student group. I'm assistant organizer in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm also a musician, so we came as musicians, but mainly we want to do whatever we can do. Just do what we need to do to get Paul elected here in New Hampshire, because it's the most important primary, and I think he has a chance of winning it. So we're up here, we just arrived, it's our second day, finally got a little bit of sleep. Huge storm, so we went into New York. So many supporters we met as we drove. We got support honk for the Constitution, Ron Paul written on our vehicle, so we got all sorts of honks. And at a gas station, some people told us to come into New York for a Boston Tea Party up until midnight. So we went into New York for a party, storm hit, drove like a snail towards Boston, got to throw tea in the harbor, and finally made it into New Hampshire, and we're staying at one of the houses in the Live Free or Die Project. Check that out. I think it's livefreeordieproject.com, is that right?
OperationLiveFreeOrDie.com.
LiveFreeOrDie.com.
And what's your name?
My name's Aaron Jones, and I have a band called Radio Friendly Songs by American Pirates. And that's myspace.com/American Pirates.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Ron Paul Radio?
Yeah. My music is played on Ron Paul Radio.
Yes.
Who is it that runs that? Is that you?
That's
I don't even know.
DJ Lodi runs it,
yeah.
And
I sent them some of my music. I performed at Ronstock in Iowa after Ron Paul spoke before the Iowa straw poll, and then we campaigned there. I performed there some music, some original song about Ron Paul, and some blues and gospel blues. I kind of do experimental folk music, what I call it. I do some Tom Waits songs. You should check it out, American Pirates on MySpace.
My name's Andrew Sharp. I'm from Bloomington, Indiana. I'm the president of the IU Students for Ron Paul there at Indiana University. And I've come here to Manchester, New Hampshire as part of Operation Live Free or Die. And a friend and I came all the way from Indiana, we drove here, and we're staying in Hampton Beach to just help out in any way we can for the primary, the Ron Paul campaign we are now in conjunction with, and we've been doing canvassing and sign waving and phone banking and all those things. And I'm also interested in the Free State Project. That's actually how I heard about Ron Paul, was through the Free State Project. So I'll definitely be moving here when I graduate in a year from IU. And I just can't tell you how much I love New Hampshire and everything that's going on here, and all the Ron Paul people, all the Free State people, they're all coming together, they're all converging on this place, and it really feels like we might actually do something. We might actually, do it, and no one is going to expect that, no one's going to predict it, and I couldn't be more excited to be here. So
Now, you said you heard about Ron Paul through the Free State Project. Usually it's the other way around.
Exactly,
People
yeah.
hear about the Free State Project through Ron Paul.
Right,
But,
yeah, it was reversed for me. I heard about Free State Project through, I got into Ayn Rand and objectivism. That was my first sort of, breath of freedom, was reading Ayn Rand. And then from there, I heard about the Free State Project, and I went to the New Hampshire Liberty Forum last year, just kind of on a whim, I was like, oh, I'll take a weekend. And I had never heard of Ron Paul, but at the New Hampshire Liberty Forum, they played Freedom to Fascism the last night, and then the next day, Ron Paul was the keynote speaker. And after those two things, I just haven't been the same. I've been all about Ron Paul, all about the Free State Project. It's been all about that for me ever since then, and that's why I'm here. That's why I've been doing everything for the past year has all been about this stuff, and just to learn more about Ron Paul after having learned everything else about Free State Project and libertarianism, and then to come to Ron Paul and to look at the history that he's had in the House, and to just be like, to be standing up for these kinds of things, to finally find somebody who's actually been doing it and in the process, in the system, and still holding those ideologies, like it's just a miracle. So I have the utmost respect for Ron Paul, and it's not because I heard about other people talking about Ron Paul. I heard Ron Paul speak before he even announced, and I knew right then that he was the only politician that I'd ever met that I believed in and that I could support.
Hey, I'm Steven Sadowski, and I'm from Denton, Texas. I came up here to New Hampshire I'm part of Operation Live Free or Die with VJ, who I've gotten to meet and know a little bit. Very, very kind gentleman who organized this this movement, and I've really enjoyed my time. It's pretty amazing, all the people I've gotten to speak to, and the incredible reception we've had here. Not everyone has embraced Ron Paul's message, and of course not everyone will. But the amount of people who have, and the amount of people who are open to the message of hope, freedom, prosperity, and peace is truly incredible. A few months ago, I would have never expected so many people to be catching on, and I mean, we raised $6 million on Sunday, and I couldn't be happier anywhere else. I'm going to spend Christmas here, not be able to spend it with my family or anything, but it's totally worth it, and I believe that this movement will continue with or without Ron Paul. I certainly hope and truly believe that he will be our next president. But in the unlikely event that doesn't happen, we're going to continue to press forward and advance liberty in whatever means we can. And I've met some wonderful people. There's the West Coast is very well represented here, but people from all across the country, the Midwest, the South, and even a woman from Canada and a gentleman from England who's supposed to be coming up here. So it's if you see this message and you're interested in joining us, go to OperationLiveFreeOrDie.com, and we'd love to have you, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
My name's Jared. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I came here a couple of days ago. I'm going to be here for a week, then out of town for Christmas, and back for a week before the primary. I'm here for Ron Paul. I don't agree with him 100%, but I think he's the best candidate we got. I think he's not a politician, but it's not typical for a presidential candidate. Go Ron Paul.